Would you date someone who's trans? Would you date someone who's black? Would you date someone who's fat? Would you date someone who's disabled? Now, honestly, I don't know what your answer is to those questions, but I've met a surprising number of people who would say no to all or at least some of them. Their argument is that it's just a preference and that you can't control who you're attracted to. I think most of the time that this is brought up, it's in regards to race. I'll link to a couple really good videos in the description about racial dating preferences, but in this video, I want to talk about our other biases. Let's start with trans people. Would you date a trans person, honestly? Think about it for a second. Okay, got your answer? Well, if you said no, I'm sorry, but that's pretty discriminatory. Now, don't...
So, this transgender woman said that if we don't date them, that it's discrimination. Well, they decide to change themselves into a woman. They're not real women. They're transition over to women. So, why we should feel that we should date these type of women, a man dresses, well, a man transition over to be a woman. They're not real women. They're still man. And I will never date a transgender woman. It's just something. That's not real women. They still man. And plus, a lot of these transgender, they don't have the full sex change. They still have a penis. And that's, imagine laying down with a transgender woman and this transgender woman has erection. Just don't feel normal. Just don't feel right. And and plus I'm not gay, because still when you see a transgender woman, still a man with the penis. It just it's not natural unless you into women with penises, but that's still we consider you being gay because you still have a penis, and it's not right. Said that it's discriminating. It should be a preference. Like if you want to date black, white, tall, short, fat, skinny, um, it should be a preference, but it's not discriminating. I can't force people to date me because of the color of my skin. It's just a preference. And these especially these transgender women, they feel that we should date them. But like you said, you're not real women. You're a man dressed as a man taking these hormone pills, whatever, to make yourself look like one. But you'll never be a real woman. You're always gonna be a man. Man, this biology is still a man. You cannot get a vagina. Um, yeah, that's not normal for me anyway. Because I will never. And another thing is that a lot of these transgender women, they will lie to men. They'll just try to deceive them, and they don't tell them the truth. And then they date these transgender women, and then later they find that they man, and then you wonder why something bad happens to them when they find out, because you deceive these men. You didn't tell them who you are. You didn't tell that you're a man before you transition over to be a woman. You should give them these men the opportunity to say yes or no if they want to date transgender women. But I feel that a lot of them are they just don't they I also don't understand. People should date who they want to date. If they want to date a transgender one, that's their choice. But you give them the opportunity to make a decision. You know, you can't just force or pressure people to date transgender. It just if they're not into it, they're not into it. If they want to date, I'm a heterosexual, so I prefer a biology woman, not a man trying to transition over to be a woman. It's still not the same. It's still not. And plus, when you change to be a woman, you still can't bear to have kids. You cannot grow vagina, and all the doctors in the world cannot make a vagina for you to conceive to have babies. It's never going to happen. It's just not what it's meant to be. But if you want to transition to be women, that's up to you. But I will never feel comfortable dating transgender women. If I ever find out that if I am dating a transgender woman, I'll probably be extremely upset. I heard there's been sad stories of transgender women being beat and killed because they don't tell the man who they dated or lay down with that they man, and they feel disgusted when they sleep with these women. They're supposed to be women, but they're man, and they just get disgusted. And they feel disgusted and shame, and they just don't they just get outraged, and then next thing you know, they just want to take just beat you up or kill you. And like and it just I think it's deceitful and deception. You need to tell people who you are. You cannot keep that a secret. Like especially if you gotta date somebody you like. You gotta tell them who you are. If they like you who you are, then that's good. If they decide to say no, then you can't put them down or say they discriminated. Um, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Um, but expect people to, to accept you as women, but you're the one who changed her to be a woman. So we don't. Technically, I don't have to accept you as a woman if it came down to a relationship. I can accept you. I could respect you as a person. Um, I can be your friend, but that's about it. But I'll never kiss or have sex with a transgender woman. Never in a million years. I'll never do that. It's just not a natural thing for me. And uh, and I see more YouTube videos of people tell trying to bring down heterosexual men and women so that you're a bigot or you're a phobia towards transgender. Phobia means fear, scared, whatever. And when I don't have phobia towards transgender, but they want to guilt us into dating them. But I will never, like I said, I will never date a transgender. And people need to stop making videos about transphobia and just say that it's a preference. It's not a phobia. It's a preference. It I will never do it. It's disgusting. For me, it's disgusting. You know, if I'm gonna lay down with a transgender woman, and what do you do? Like use her penis to stick up my anus? No, I will never do that. Never. It's nasty. It's not normal for me. But nope. I will never do it. Never ever. But that's all I have for this subject for today. See you next time. Peace.